Hello and welcome to another update video about Rune. Rune just keeps going. So what did we talk about in the last video? In the last video we said that as long as price is holding $1.20, we can still look at higher. A break above 120 would be an indication that price is heading down and breaking down. Okay, so that gives you a very clear level to manage your risk against. So for example, if you see that break, you might want to decide to exit or whatever you've done, right? That depends if you entered here, or it allows you to set your stop loss, for example. So far that level was not needed because it just keeps going, which it can. You know, we're in the crypto world. So we're looking likely at an extension of wave 3 still. So it is likely that wave 4 never started. As explained yesterday in the video, we said that unless I see a more clearly defined wave 4, we are likely still in a third wave rally. So the focus still was on higher as long as we're holding that relevant support. Two things we have to do. We have to say that, okay, we just lift this support area higher, okay? And now relevant support is $1.26, which means that as long as we're holding 126, price can push higher. This is typically what we need to do if we're dealing with a third wave, or it could just be an ABC structure, yeah? But if we see, and that's in my opinion, the best way to approach this market generally when you start to see third wave rallies, crazy C wave rallies, instead of trying to figure out the micro count, which will not help you, it won't, just use the support areas and lift it and move it up. Bring it up with the price to get an understanding what is bullish micro support. Because if you don't, then you're like, okay, and you're looking for hints when this rally will be finished. But I've said it many times also to channel members, when we get really in a third wave rally, and this could be one, as the analysis has shown, then all we need to do really is to add bullish support and move it with the price. Because if we don't, then the problem is that people will think, okay, we've got 5 waves up now on the micro. I'm sure it's going to come down now in wave 4. I'm going to sell and buy back lower, but often it just doesn't come down anymore. So that is typically why I don't like to do micro counting when we are in a third wave or even in a third of a third wave rally. It's just from experience. I did say that many times. I did say it also that if we get really into the next rally for Ethereum and Bitcoin, I probably won't do micro counting. I just will move the support area because everybody should be positioned and you don't want to make the mistake to make your position too small, okay? So here on the Rune chart, we currently see that effect. It just keeps going. So that's why we just want to lift this bullish support. And as long as we're holding that, the focus is on higher, okay? So that is the purpose of the analysis, to tell you when the things are shifting. Now, what I can do though is to give you the relevant Fibonacci extensions and relevant resistance levels that are meaningful and that you can be watching for reaction. So, as I said, if we don't even get to the 38.2 retracement, which we didn't, then I will see this still as an extension of the third wave. I don't like the way this looks. These rallies, they go longer than you would typically think. We've seen that many times. Yeah, it's just something to remember, not to be surprised about. Last example I really have in mind was, for example, Phantom. Let me just open that chart just to visualize it. And it can end badly. Okay, I just want to highlight that. So this was the last example I remember where we had a crazy rally like that. This was Phantom. We pretty much were very accurate with the Fibonacci extensions back then as well. But you just need to be aware that here we also had a 3-wave rally higher. 1 second. This was actually just an A wave, yeah. And it also just led to a 3-wave rally. Okay, it was not a 5-wave rally, and you know what happened afterwards, right? Just came down crashing. So, and in a very, very long correction. So, looking at the Fibonacci extensions, yeah, just to highlight, because someone asked me, what is the maximum extension that is expected here for Rune? There isn't really a maximum extension. As I said, we just move up the support levels. So here, for example, it reached the 4.618 extension. So you just need to be aware what crypto can do, but that it is not good for a chart if it just rallies in 3 waves. We need the 5. Here you can see the effect. Yeah, it rallied in 3 and clearly there is still no bottoming signal, okay? So that's just what happens when you see a failure of 5 waves. So looking at the RUNE chart, we're only at the 200% extension. Now, I'm not suggesting it will have to go to the 4.618, but to give you an idea of the relevant Fibonacci levels it could reach, let me just put them on the chart actually. Where is, okay, I've got them all, I think. So, but I think we talked about them before. So we highlighted that, yeah, 145 was the first target. It sort of consolidated just below that, then broke through. Next one would be the next reliable one, in my opinion, now that we've broken above the 200% extension. Oh no, we're fighting with it at the moment, sort of. But the 156 level is here, the next one. And then we've got 2.618 is $1.77. The 300% is $1.89. The 3.618 is $2.10. And then, yeah, we get to all the way up to 2.40. If it does what Phantom did, we can look at $2.40. Now, I don't believe that at this stage. Just can't believe that. I would not plan with that. But that's why it's so important to just move up the stop losses. Yeah. If we go back to the, where did I have the Phantom chart? Did I? Oh, here. You might not even get a clear top signal up there. I just want to show you that to compare, right? These can turn around quite quickly then sometimes. I mean, in terms of warning signals, what you might get are divergences. So we did get that at the time, bearish divergence, because you typically see the biggest reading in the third wave. And then you get these divergences at the top. Not always, that's the thing. You don't always get divergences. But let me just go to the daily chart as well. Yeah, on the daily we had divergences as well. But this already, you already saw the highest reading here on the 14th of January. And it just kept going until the 3rd of Feb. So just be aware of that. You don't always see divergences. Now, if I look at the chart, I don't see a very clear divergence yet, but on the 4 hour, they start to show already. Here, you can see that. We had the biggest reading here. That would probably have been a third of a third wave rally. And now we might be in the 5th of a third wave, getting towards the end. They are not saying it has topped yet, but this sideways correction indicates that we had some kind of a wave 4, but it was not the main wave 4. So to really, some might not understand that, but to really get a good view that RUNE goes back into a more lasting uptrend, I need to see this wave 4 and this wave 5. We haven't seen this wave 4 yet. This was not the main wave 4. It would be increasingly unreliable, especially with a rally like that. You need a healthy wave 4. And it's not good if it just keeps going, because it could just lead again to what Phantom did. I said it many times before, if they just run without a wave 4, it can easily break down after 3 waves. That's not very healthy. It seems crazy and it seems healthy and it seems very bullish, but I can tell you that without the failure of a 4th and a 5th wave, they typically break down. Phantom also failed to create 5 waves, and you see where it is now. It retraced 90% again, basically. So just be aware of that. But I will give you the relevant levels, okay? I will give you the relevant levels that are important. I'm very much skeptical if it can hold a 4th wave, but that is what the market has to show, okay? We can only analyze what we see. Next resistance structurally, by the way, is this B wave high at $1.73. Wouldn't be surprised at this stage if we get there. But yeah, you should have everything you need now. The trend is clearly up. That's clear. We haven't got a confirmation for a lasting low in place on the 15th of June because this is just so far a 3-wave rally. But we're tracking bullish micro support, which is now $1.26. And as long as it's holding that, it can go higher. That's my update about RUNE. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.